All right, so I'm gonna play this all the way through, and I'm gonna give you my analysis of what we're looking at. Check it out. All right, one more time. Get a little closer on this one. All right, so let's get into it now. I see Sexton coming up the court. Now I want to explain how your defense is managed and is restricted, right? Your defense is controlled. So, and what I mean by that is your positioning on defense, where you're allowed to be, and how well you're allowed to guard the ball handler or really anybody. So check it out. Now run up on Sexton, and what I want to do is not get on the side of him, which is what they made me do. I want to run over and cut in front of him and cut him off before he's able to really take off towards the basket. All right, and once I get closer, pay attention to when I plant the right foot. All right, what happens? Because the right foot was me going in the direction to cut him off. Right, but since the algorithm had already put him in a driving motion, look what they forced me to do when I tried to get in front of him. Watch this. Boom. The right foot plants, and then you can see an animation trigger. It's like I'm snapped into an animation that says, get on the side of him, right? And side rail him all the way up to the basket, which is basically giving him the lane, right? So once again, I want to get in front of them. I want to get somewhere right here, maybe a little closer, but definitely in front of them, kind of probably bump them, not let them get an easy cut to the basket like that. The algorithm already has them panned out as going to the basket, getting the drive. So when I try to cut him off, once again, I'm forced to stick to his side. Now I stick to his side, and while he's on his way to the basket, I'm forced to boom do this right here. All of this is the algorithm and the AI controlling my player. I'm not doing this. Is there even an animation that you could use where you could just put your hands up like that for no reason? I don't think so. All right, so that lets you know this is a triggered animation. I'm being forced into allowing him to cut to the basket, right? Which is why you can see two things right here. One, you can see, boom, right there, where it looks like I kind of jerk, right? It's like when you see those little sudden movements, sudden stops, ticks, and jerks, those are animations being triggered basically by the algorithm. So I'm forced to allow him to go to the basket, but me with the joystick, I'm still pressing in the direction to chase him down. So this is why the second thing right here happens where once the animation is over, boom, I immediately start to chase after him again, right? Because I never let go. My whole thing was always uh trying to chase him down with the analog. So once again, play it all the way through one more time, first of all. I want to actually take it a little further back. So you can see the sudden stop animation when he took off and I was forced to stop. You can see it. Boom. You can't really stop motion that suddenly. All right. The game has to intervene and do that. So basically I was forced to allow him the lane and allow him to drive to the court. So now second thing I want to get at is this right here. All right. Now, coming up the court, I already understand what's going on because, if you got the camera angle like this, you can see everything, right? And I know that there's a man right here that's pretty much about to get wide open. So I want to get on him as quick as possible. Now, the whole time coming up the court, it may not look like it that I'm trying to run left, but I'm constantly trying to get left. But since this guy right here is next to me, I guess they kind of have me locked into place. So I'm forced to just continue in a straight path up the court, which is why when it gets to this point right here, I was finally, if you pay attention, when I was finally, given a little bit of leeway to try to cut, look at this. Boom. Do you see that? Where it's like I bounce off of that player that just turned right again, right? So you can see it when I try to cut over, boom. You see that once again. And so now, because I figured I could just slash across and still get to him between these two players, right? The game is like, nuh-uh, no, you can't do that. So now I'm forced into taking a different path to the ball handler or the guy that's about to get open. And which that little moment right there was just enough to put me in a position where I would be just a step or two away from being able to cut him off across the front, right? But that'll just about do it for this video, man. Peace.